Hey there guys, what's up? Ragtter here, welcoming you back to Pokémon Showdown. This is Ladder Anxiety, and basically we're going to sit down and we're going to let our stress go. We're going to play some random Pokemon battles just to have a good time, just so we can unwind and relax. Now we've got Wobbuffet, Heatran, Amoonguss, Ho-Oh, Scrafty, and of course Fearow. So I'm going to go for the Pursuit. It's actually not going to do anything because Alomomola had no intention of leaving. And now I am without my choice band. So, that's unfortunate. Let's go for a U-turn. Just to switch out into... I want to go into Wobbuffet. But what good is that going to do me? So let's go into Amoonguss instead. The idea behind Ladder Anxiety is to sit and have fun without worrying about having to learn the game, because I'll be the one to teach you. Without having to worry about any stress, we can just have a nice pleasant time. You and I can sit and talk together. You can play along if you want. I actually encourage it. And then you can tell me about your experience in the comments below. So, gonna bring out Emboar in response, and I'm unfortunately going to miss my Stun Spore. But I've got Wobbuffet, so I'm going to switch out to that. The Flare Blitz is going to hurt, but we can go for Destiny Bond now. So let's see how our opponent reacts to Wobbuffet. And I'm actually going to start the timer because we are running a show. We don't have all night. I wish we did. But the reason I'm doing this is because I am getting quite sick, and I need to get episodes out to you guys so that we can have a good time together. Right, so I could go out to Heatran, but I don't think... Actually, let's go out to Heatran. Let's just do it. I've got an Air Balloon. I outspeed, or I should outspeed. We've got Earth Power. Let's hit the Emboar with everything we've got. We are going to be able to pick up the KO. So we've lost a Wobbuffet for an Emboar, which I'm honestly not upset about at all. Wobbuffet is certainly not the world's greatest Pokemon, even though his mother would probably tell it otherwise. So I'm going to go out to Amoonguss. I take no damage at all from the Scalds. And I should be able to get a Stun Spore off here. Last time, they didn't switch into a Grass type on Amoonguss, which tells me that my opponent might not have anything to take a Grass type attack. So the Stun Spore, if it lands, should be free paralysis onto something. And it is going to end up falling onto Steelix. So I guess my opponent considered that to be the lesser of the evils. And I'm going to switch out to Fearow, because I'm anticipating a big heavy attack from the Steelix. I would rather Fearow take it and faint than any of my other Pokemon. Steelix is going to be paralyzed, though. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. You can hear that I'm starting to lose it. I don't want to go for the U-turn. I'm just going to go for the Double Edge. Just because I do want Fearow to go down. Steelix is actually just going to set up a Stealth Rock, which is really bad for my Ho-Oh. Very unfortunate. And Steelix is just not getting any attacks off. Come on, Fearow, you can do it. Holy crap, are you kidding me? Is this real life? Steelix is going to get a Toxic off after all of that. That was its big plan. Okay. No Heavy Slam, no Stone Edge, no Rock Slide. No nothing. Oh dear. I do have to keep this episode on the shorter side, because my throat is starting to hurt really badly. You can hear that I'm starting to cough. So Steelix is going to switch out in favor of Armaldo. Armaldo going to take a decent chunk from the Double Edge. I'm going to go for the Drill Peck, just because it should do more, being a neutral move instead of a resisted move. And it does do about 8% more. Armaldo getting its Swords Dance going. I'm not concerned about this Armaldo, though, because I have faster threats that can deal with it. Let's get Jewel Pick going one more time. I'm going to take the knockoff. And I should be able to outspeed and pick up the KO with Ho-Oh. So let's go for Sacred Fire, which, if it didn't pick up the KO, would almost certainly get the burn. I said almost certainly get the burn! Oh my god. That's not funny. That's not funny at all. Well, now it falls onto Heatran's shoulders to win it for us. Please demonstrate your power, Heatran. I guess I jinxed Ho-Oh there by putting so much pressure onto it. But hey, you take what you can get. And now I'm hearing a ringing in my ear. I hope you guys can't hear that. I have to listen back to the audio. But we've put our opponent into a pretty delicate situation. Their Mega Evolution is paralyzed, and their big answer for my Heatran is this Alomomola, which gets shut down by my Amoonguss. So, it's hard switching out to Steelix. I haven't shown the Hidden Power Fire yet, and I'm going to show that now, actually. Going to do a good chunk of damage. I can pick up the KO. And this Amoonguss has Regenerator. So, the next time I switch out, I will be able to get that HP that I just lost back. Plus a little bit from my Black Sludge. So, let's see how my opponent responds to this. I'm going to switch into Furfrou. I do actually have answers to Furfrou. I kind of want to immediately switch into Scrafty, but I'd like to get this Stun Spore off first. I don't have the greatest defense though, so I'm just going to hard switch into Scrafty. As Furfrou goes for the Thunder Wave. It's actually not the worst thing that could happen. I'm going to go for the Dragon Dance. And I'm going to be able to take the return very nicely. So now, do I get greedy and go for a second one? I think I am. Living life to the fullest, as they say. So now, let's go for a knockoff, just to remove its item, get some stab off. With the HP that I'm currently at, I don't want to risk paralyzed and can't move. I don't want to risk going for a high jump kick. So let's just go for knockoff. Return's going to knock me down pretty low. It's getting HP back. That Thunder Wave really messed me up. I'm not going to be able to take it in the end, but this is going to let me switch into Heatran. And Heatran should be able to do lots of damage to the Furfrou. So let's go for an Earth Power, just to rock Furfrou's world. Actually, wait. Let's go for Lava Plume. Heatran going to end up burned in the end, and the Parahax is going to be the first thing that happens to us, so. Some things you just can't avoid. I would laugh very hysterically if this ended up as Amoonguss versus the world, though. So I'm actually going to be a bit of a tool right now. I'm going to go for the Toxic, and it's going to miss, which is pretty unfortunate, but let's try again. Heatran going to take the Scald. Going to land the Toxic in the end, though. And now, let's switch into Amoonguss. Amoonguss, of course, going to take the Scald very nicely. And now with Alomomola poisoned, I don't have to worry about getting the Stun Spore off onto it. So I'm just going to go for the Giga Drain to slurp up whatever my opponent wants to bring in. And thankfully, this match has so far gone on long enough to where I could end the episode off on it. Because I don't know if you could hear it in my voice, but I'm really straining myself at this point. So, Furfrou's going to come back out. Going to take actually a decent amount of damage from the old Giga Drain. I'm going to go for the Stun Spore on it. It's going to go for the Thunder Wave on me. My Stun Spore is going to miss, unfortunately. Come on, Amoonguss, you can do it. If we're gonna hide behind a substitute, I should have known that. It did have it from before. But my Giga Drain does clear it, or it should clear it. And I'll get HP back anyway. So this is not a bad situation for me. So it is not enough to break the sub, unfortunately, but I do get some HP back from it. So let's go for another Giga Drain. All we can really do is try and break that sub. And try and hang in there. Get a little bit of HP back. It's nothing to write home about, though. As Furfur's just stalling for time here. But if I get a crit, basically I'm having to rely on complete luck at this point. So I'm actually going to switch into Heatran, so that I can get Amoongus's Regenerator going. And Heatran's going to go down, and let's see if Amoongus can't take it from here. Furfur's going to hide behind its substitute. And with a crit, I'm actually going to be... I am finally going to be able to break the sub in one go. As Furfur is very determined to stay behind that substitute. This is really the only way my opponent can win, so I'm not surprised. But my Giga Drain is putting me into the positive HP. Excuse me, while Furfur is having to hide behind the sub. It's a very passive way of playing, and my opponent is basically having to rely on my Para Hacks coming through. They will only be able to keep this up for so long, though the substitute is making it significantly easier. Though not significantly easier on my throat by any means. If my opponent knew what I was going through right now, they probably wouldn't play the stall game like they are, but oh well. Oh, 1% HP, come on. Come on, Amoongus, you can do it. I believe in you, buddy. So the return is going to knock Amoongus very low, but we are going to be able to drain that last bit of HP. The Black Sludge is going to put me at 18%. Let's see what my opponent's got in reserve. Alomomola is going to come out. Let's go for the Giga Drain. Hopefully we take off a good chunk of its HP. We are just going to go down to the knockoff, though. And it was a crit. I don't know if the crit mattered. GG. Well, that was just one game. Oh, Umbreon was the last Pokemon according to my opponent. Have one then. But that was Ladder Anxiety. I know this wasn't the most soothing of episodes, but I did want to get something out for you guys to watch. I feel bad if I don't record, so I'm going to take the rest of the night off, though. I hope you guys have enjoyed. If I have helped you in any way to relax or relieve some tension at all, then please let me know with a like and a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time as we return to Pokemon Showdown and Ladder Anxiety. Remember, all you have to do is take the first step and play. Until then, take care and have a good one. Bye-bye!